Hello students, today we are going to discuss the topic acids and bases from the chemistry part. Firstly, we'll see what is an acid. Acids are sour to taste. They are sour to taste, and the term acid comes from the Latin term acidus or acere, that means sour. Acidus or acere means sour. And here acids are commonly grouped as organic acids and inorganic acids. So these organic acids, they are occurring naturally, that is they are present in the plants and animals, organic acids. And these organic acids, they contain carbon and hydrogen atoms. Mostly these organic acids, they are weak acids. Weak acids. They are, we'll see some of the examples of the organic acids. So the sources we'll see. In lemon and orange, we can find citric acid and ascorbic acid. This ascorbic acid is nothing but vitamin C also. And in milk and curd, we can find lactic acid. Vinegar, it is acetic acid. Grapes and tamarind, there is a tartaric acid. In tomato, it is oxalic acid. And in tea, it is tannic acid. And in apples, it is malic acid. In urine, it is uric acid. Like this, different acids are present in the plants and animal sources. So we can give many examples. Next one is inorganic acids. These inorganic acids, they are derived from the mineral resources and they contain hydrogen atom, but there will not be any carbon atom. So generally these inorganic acids, they are strong acids. For example, the strong acids are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. This is commonly known as sulfuric acid. It is known as king of chemicals. Next we'll see the properties of acids. So as we have said, acids are sour in taste and they are corrosive. They will damage the parts like skin. If they are coming in contact with the skin or any organ, they are damaging that part. Even the acids cannot be stored in the metal containers because these acids react with the metal and release hydrogen gas, and hence they are corrosive in nature. These acids has to be stored in the glass bottles. And nextly, these acids, how do we test? With the litmus paper. The litmus paper, blue litmus paper changes to red color. And these acids are soluble in water. The acids, they are soluble in water and they form salt and water. And these acids release heat when they react with water. So here these are the properties of acids. Next we'll see the uses of acids. So generally we'll see the gastric juice, it is present in the stomach. Yes, it helps in the digestion of the food along with HCl, hydrochloric acid. And this, as it is present in citrus fruits, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, it maintains the healthy body. And vinegar is nothing but 4 to 6% solution of acetic acid dilute. Acetic acid, it is acting as the food preservative. These are the uses of acids. Next we'll see the bases. So here when we come to the properties of bases, they are soapy to touch and bitter in taste. They are soapy to touch and bitter in taste. And when we test it with the litmus paper, bases, they convert red litmus to blue in color. And these bases are soluble in water. And now we'll see the uses. Here calcium hydroxide, it is the common name of calcium hydroxide, it is slaked lime. Slaked lime. And quicklime is calcium oxide. Quicklime. Calcium oxide is called as quicklime. Quicklime, when it reacts with water, it forms calcium hydroxide. So this calcium hydroxide, it is used in many agricultural pesticides, and excessive use of pesticides makes the soil acidic. So to subside or to neutralize this acidity, calcium hydroxide, that is slaked lime, is used to neutralize the soil. And next, wastewater, which is releasing from the factories, they are acidic in nature. So when we add this calcium hydroxide to this wastewater, before disposing it into the water bodies, they will become neutralized. So to neutralize the wastewater which is acidic in nature, it has to be treated with this slaked lime, that is calcium hydroxide, before releasing into the water bodies. Next, sodium potassium hydroxide and sodium hydroxide, they are, these two bases, they are useful in detergent. They are present in soaps, shampoos and dry cleaners also, drain cleaners also, helpful in detergents. They are. Next one is magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide, it is commonly known as milk of magnesia. When we eat the food which contains most amount of acid, or to decrease the acidity in our stomach, we use the antacid. This magnesium hydroxide, it is used as the antacid to decrease the acidity. And one more example is ammonium hydroxide. It is helpful in household cleaners. Next is indicators. What are these indicators? Indicator is a substance which is used to find out whether a given substance is an acid or base or neutral in nature. So there are two different types of indicators, natural indicators and chemical indicators. Natural indicators are turmeric, rose petals, China rose petals and litmus paper. So this litmus paper, it is also obtained from the lichens. It is obtained from the lichens, hence it is also a natural indicators. So in case of acids, how do we detect with the help of this litmus paper? We'll see an example. Acids, when we take the blue litmus paper, it changes to red in color. When in bases, the red litmus paper changes to blue in color. So in this manner we can identify or find out whether it is the given substance is acidic or basic in nature. If at all it is neutral in nature, then there is no change in the color of the litmus paper. If we take the blue one, it remains blue. If we take red litmus paper, it remains red. So then we can confirm that the given substance is a neutral in nature. And we'll see with the chemical indicators. Chemical indicators, firstly phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is colorless in nature, and when we add it to the acids, it remains colorless. There is no change in the color. And to the bases, the phenolphthalein colorless solution changes to the pink color, magenta, pink in color. So we can confirm that it is a base with phenolphthalein. And next chemical indicator is methyl orange. Methyl orange, when we add this methyl orange to acids, firstly it is orange in color, it changes to red. When we add this methyl orange to bases, it changes to yellow in color. So like this we can identify or find out the acids and bases with the help of these indicators. Next we'll see neutralization. Neutralization means an acid when reacts with the base, it produces salt plus water. This is called as neutralization. And the salts, some of the uses of salt, sodium chloride, it acts as a preservative. Sodium carbonate. Sodium carbonate, commonly it is known as washing soda. Sodium bicarbonate, it is commonly known as baking soda. It is used in the preparation of cakes and breads. So in everyday life, how this neutralization shows its importance, we'll see now. See, when there is an insect sting, when an insect bites us, so when it is a wasp sting, this wasp, the sting of the wasp is basic in nature. It is basic in nature. So to neutralize this basic sting, we have to use an acid. To neutralize this basic sting, use an acid such as vinegar. Vinegar is nothing but acetic acid. And when it is bitten by an ant releases the formic acid into our body. So we feel it as itching. So formic acid is released means we have to apply the baking soda, which is the basic in nature and neutralizes that place. And if it is a bee sting, it is also acidic in nature, bee sting. Then also we should apply the basic substance, that is the baking soda, so that it gets neutralized. Next use of neutralization. When there is an acidity in the stomach due to high acid release, there will be indigestion of the food will be taking place. So to neutralize this acidity, we are going to use an antacid, milk of magnesia. Magnesium hydroxide is known as milk of magnesia. It acts as an antacid and neutralizes the stomach. And also in treating waste water before releasing into the water bodies. And tooth decay, the food which we are eating, the remains, if at all it is an acid, there will be decay in the tooth due to acids. So we have to use the toothpaste which is in basic in nature. So the acid and the base neutralizes there in the tooth. And treating of the soil, due to the heavy usage of pesticides, the soil becomes acidic in nature. So this acidic soil, we have to treat it with the calcium hydroxide. It is slaked lime. So the soil becomes neutral in nature and there will be growth of the plants. So these are the uses of the neutralization. Next we will see the pH scale. So what is this pH scale? The strength of an acid depends upon the H+ ion, hydrogen ions when dissolved in water. When acid is dissolved in water, the release of H+ ions. The strength of a base, it depends on the, when base dissolves in water, it releases OH- ions. So to measure the number of H+ or OH- ions in a solution, there is a special scale known as pH scale. So this pH scale, it starts from the values from 0 to 14. 0 to 14, and if the pH is 7, then it is neutral, and the pH values less than 7, they all are acids, and the pH value more than 7, they are all bases. Here are some of the examples, they may be asked in the exam. So lemon juice, it is acid, so the pH is 2.5. Milk, also it contains lactic acid, it is also 6.5. And distilled water, water is the neutral, so the pH is 7. And the blood, it is alkaline in nature, that is basic in nature, 7.4. And toothpaste, it is also highly basic in nature, the pH is 9. And rainwater, it is normally pH is 5.6. And acid rain, the pH is 4. So what is an acid rain? It is a combination, the water, the rainwater with the, when it combines with nitric acid, sulfuric acid and carbonic acid, it comes down as acid rain. This is due to pollution. Then the water mixed up with the acids and coming down in the form of rain, it is acid rain. Okay children, thank you.